Hi everybody! Alright, if you remember last year, I did a blog series about our show called Cinderella, and this year we're doing a new show called The Art of Dance, and I thought it would be a good idea if I just kind of explain the show a little bit to you before I dive into our series coming up in a few weeks about the show and about rehearsals. A lot of people have been asking, what is the art of dance? What does that mean? I've never heard of that before. And basically, the premise of our show is that we're taking famous pieces of art, so paintings, we have sculptures, we have pop art, we have all kinds, we just have a variety of things ranging from very, very old to more current things. So basically, we're just taking these pieces of art and we're bringing them to life on dance. So Miss Cheryl has been encouraging everyone, all the staff and all of the teachers, to create pieces of choreography that are creative, that tell a story, that just kind of bring the whole piece of art to life. So what we've been doing with that is we've been kind of educating our students on the artist, on the piece of work, maybe some things that it's about or it reminds us of. It's kind of, for one, it's, giving the students an education a little bit of art, and then, it's also giving the staff some education as well. There's things that I didn't know, and there's things that my students knew that they told me, and, I was like, oh, that's so cool. So, it's kind of helping everybody just, connect a little bit more to their artwork, and then in turn I think that helps them connect with their dance as well. So what I think is the coolest part about this whole show is that we usually do shows like that already maybe have a story or follow like a timeline, kind of like when we did the British invasion a few years ago. That wasn't really a story, but we were kind of, showing an evolution of music through that were, British singer-songwriters and that kind of thing. And then last year we did Cinderella, which obviously follows a storyline. It's a very famous story, but with the art of dance, there is no story. There's nothing that, we have turned to find, a plot or characters or anything like that. So what we've done, and this is really cool, this is, I think, probably one of the coolest things that we've done, is that we've taken, these art pieces and we're creating a story around it. And I'm not going to give the story all the way away because I want it to be a surprise and I want the audience to enjoy it. But I just think that's so cool. Like, this is going to be the world premiere of this story, and where else can you find that? Nowhere. So this is a one-of-a-kind piece, this is a one-of-a-kind show that you are not going to see anywhere but here in June. So that's what's so cool about it, is that, and it's taken a long time. It's not been an easy process. It's been a very, thought out process where we've been, brainstorming, and we've been going back and forth trying to find, okay, well, what's going to connect these pieces of art? Because sometimes, we haven't found pieces that, maybe go in order or that have the same color palette or anything like that. So we've had to find a story from all of these works of art that we've, decided to choreograph upon. And so I think that's the coolest. So basically, and again, I'm not going to give away the plot, or I'm not going to give away just the flow of it just yet, because I want you to see that and to experience that for yourself. But think about, seeing art for the first time and the feeling that it gives you, and, it's hard to describe, but I want you to think about that and think about the beauty in the unordinary and just seeing things and maybe with a new eye, or that kind of thing. So I'm really excited about this recital. We've been talking about this for a few years now, doing a show that connected, with art. And so I think that this is one of the most creative things that we've ever done. I know for me as a choreographer, it's definitely, pushed me a little bit farther in ways of, trying to make sure that my pieces have something to do with the artwork, whether it's the costumes, whether it's a certain pose that they do in the dance, certain moves. So I've tried to incorporate that in all of my dances, and whether or not you can tell, that's one thing, but I think that for most of us it'll be very evident in the way that our students move and, you know, just the way that the whole structure is of the whole recital, the whole show. And so I'm really excited to share it with everyone. I think that people will appreciate it even if you're not an art connoisseur or if you're not an art person in general. I think that there's something for everybody, not just the classics. There's all kinds of things, and of course we have to also incorporate all of our styles of dance into the show. So, you know, with a hip hop or something like that, you'll find something maybe more contemporary and funky, and then ballet, you might find something more classical and pretty. So yeah, I hope that everybody enjoys it. I think you will, and I hope that we have big audiences and that our, you know, feedback is really good from all of our parents watching and other audience members. I think this would be spectacular. It's nothing like you've ever seen, nothing like I think what the area has seen. So that's really cool. And then, you know, we'll get back to stories and familiar classics another time. But this is our time to really create something new and do what we do best. So I hope all of you enjoy it. And thank you so much for watching this. I know it's probably all over the place because I can just ramble. But I just wanted to make sure that all of you were educated first before going into our rehearsal processes and being on stage when I'll do my daily vlog. So stay tuned for that in a couple weeks, I guess, depending on when I put this up, not a couple months. But stay tuned for that, and I hope to see you all soon, okay? Thank you, bye!